Good morning. I'm gonna wait till some people come in or whatever. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'm down in Torrance. Here, getting my life, and I'm putting together the making of Living My Life Wrong. The 20-minute set that I did the other night, I'm putting it all on my Patreon page, and I'm going to continue to keep creating that. But also, so when y'all see me out doing comedy and stand-up, just know that I'm adding and working on my 1-hour special. But I'm also going to start trying to host my own comedy room. Not like I haven't done that a million times before, but, it's time for me to get back into that and do it in a way where I can travel more. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be browsing and perusing some cards, oracle cards, tarot cards, and all of that, because I'm gonna start building my my arsenal with my decks. I'm so excited and ready. Like this time last year, I was just getting this deck. This is my very first tarot deck, and it's huge. It's the big cards. I want the small playing cards so that I could shuffle them the right way. But what's so cool about tarot is you're always pulling the cards you're meant to pull anyway. They all kind of, like once you pray over them, they all kind of have their own energy anyway. So you end up getting what you're supposed to get anyway. That's what's kind of, it's real cool when you got to take yourself out of the equation completely and just, you know what I'm saying, be a conduit, just be a deliverer. And it's real cool. So with that being said, I'm excited to get new decks. So I'll be going across the street at some point to go look at decks and all that other stuff. And I'm working on my e-commerce. I laid out everything that I wanted to do, like different tasks that I wanted to knock out each day on Saturday. And it kind of got like, I don't know how many ways that I can say that, energy is very real. And when my energy gets drained, especially in the ways that it's been getting drained, it's like all bad. And I also know that the particular person that I shared that with knows that and has been manipulating it and using it to their advantage and, all of this other stuff because they had other plans. And because their plans aren't going the way that they thought it was going to go, now I have found myself in a situation where I have to really fight to get my life back. I have to really do everything I need to do to stand up to this person and get my autonomy back, because that's what I miss the most. Even when I was in the locker room earlier and Rebel Yell came on, I haven't heard that song in years, and it was something that was so random and unexpected and surprising, and that's like what made it dope, because you just can't recreate genuine shit. When stuff is like genuinely awesome, or it genuinely has a fond memory attached to it, or it's just genuine. Like there's no, it don't have to be forced or none of that. It shows the hell up, and you are delighted. And that's how I felt earlier. Like I couldn't even believe it. It came on. I was like, oh, yeah. Like, dude, I literally went. This is no bullshit. I literally went from moving like this, staring at my clothes like, all right, I'm gonna have to go to the laundromat soon. Let me see. What am I finna put on? Let me separate this into this bag. Let me separate. Let me sit down. Like I literally went from that to, all right, even when I was trying to like get back to the podcast and stuff yesterday, being followed by, and I know the impeachment trials and all that's going on, so I know what's really happening behind the scenes. I'm not stupid. All the trucks, all the sheriffs, all the cars, all of that. I was like, let me just shut everything down and mind my business. And when I get enough rest, I'll, show up and start attacking shit the way I planned on it. Because I wrote everything out in my iNotes, everything that I plan on doing, all the tasks, everything. It's all in my phone. But my phone is also being looked at and viewed by intelligence agencies, so they see everything that I see. I'm lucky. So they're playing the original version of Rock Boys Are Here Tonight. But it's the original. It's this. We used to have this whole thing, right, where Dion and I would we would sit and listen to rap music, and we would try to figure out where the original samples came from, like the original samples, and this was one of them. And he ended up making a whole CD of these and selling them because people really wanted to buy them. And I was helping him sell the CD. But, like, it became like this cool-ass contest to really find the originals to the songs. And we would let them play and, like, try to get people to guess if they could guess what songs these came from. He needs to bring that back. He really needs to bring that back. That was so fun, and it was a good crowd activity, like a good way to engage the crowd. Wow. Yeah, this is really the original. That's how. I'm gonna play one for y'all a little later. Kanye West, I Wonder, was my favorite song off that College Dropout album, because everybody liked all the, the whatevers or whatever, but I Wonder was my favorite song off that album, and then I Get Money was my favorite off the Curtis album when they did the whole thing or whatever. And cause they had flashing lights on that album, it had all of that. It was I Wonder, and I loved Champion too. Champion, used to be my little, like, when I'm trying to get revved up for stand-up and shit. But I Wonder was my favorite, and the first time I heard it, I was at this club called Lumen in the West Loop. DJ Timbuktu, rest in peace, he was still alive. Tim was spinning at the party, and I don't know what the hell Tim was mixing up before he got to I Wonder. But he mixed it, and the way it came in, I was like, what is this? And it felt like the room was like spinning. Dion went and found the original to I Wonder. And it's by this cat called Labi Safri or whatever. And that's how I found it. I downloaded it immediately on iTunes, and like it's like one of my favorites. I like the original just as much as I like I Wonder. And he went and found it. It was little stuff. It was little stuff like that, man. That just was like, that was crazy. But it's like, you don't hear these type of things in audio cues all the time. They don't just show up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Arana's Wildin' Out jacket. No, I don't miss it at all. Y'all miss it. That's how I know, like, it was people that hated that I was on that show so much. Like, it was like, the show was a dope platform. I'm not going to shit on it just because they only had me on it for one season. I'd always wanted to be on the show. And my former best friend knew that. Like, that was my show that I used to watch. Like, when I used to get off work, that was my little entertainment or whatever back in '05. But, like, the way I was treated was less than dope. The women producers were cool. The Wildin' Out girls were awesome. We were cool. The makeup people were dope. We were good. Pretty much me and all the women. The dudes, not so much. It was, with the exception of Tim DeLaGhetto, Carlos, and what's his name? Batch. Batch was very nice. King Batch. Batch was very nice. Batch was a gentleman. Batch was really cool. And because he was unbothered. Like, he already did his thing with Vine. He wasn't sweating that shit too tough. They really needed him at the time more than he needed them. But Batch was very nice. He was super sweet. He was a gentleman. Batch was, like, polite. Like, Batch was, like, pulling out chairs and, making sure everybody ate. Like, he was cool. He was really nice. And Carlos was just awesome. Carlos made everybody laugh. He was everybody's friend in a non-phony way. Like, you know how some people be cool with everybody, but, like, as soon as you turn your back, and I told the bitch, hey, how you doing? He wasn't that way. I can't speak for, now or no shit, but at least around that time, Carlos was cool. Like, Carlos was cool. Carlos also was very important in keeping the atmosphere fun. Because at times it got real competitive and people were, doing too much. And Carlos would be the dude to bring it back down to, hi, everybody, shut the fuck up. Come on, let's, like, Carlos was good for that. And Tim DeLaGhetto. Tim was cool. He was another one. He had his real fan base, his YouTube fame. He knew who he was outside of the show. And so he would just come to the show to do his job and try to make it as fun as he could. That's all you can ask for. I tried to be on the same shit, but apparently I have a pussy and the rules are different. Whatever. It was an experience. I took it for what it was. I toured from it. I was okay with it. Apparently everybody ain't. The fact that you made an Instagram account called Arana's Wildin' Out Jacket, and I ain't even had a Wildin' Out jacket since April of last year, because you motherfuckers stole it, says everything. Like, they went all through my luggage, everything, and that's what the police kept. Oh, no, they kept that, and they kept those red velvet cookies I kept buying. Every time I bought red velvet cookies, those would go missing. So, yeah, that was fun stuff. Anyway. It's 20 coming to this decade. Bitch, stop acting like your last 21 days been magnificent. If you don't get the fuck out my life. Anyway, let me finish my message. Whack bastards. Boulevard. And where am I? All right, let me see. I can't believe they just played that. Everybody don't be playing that. That's crazy. And it's a whole instrumental. It ain't no, there's no lyrics to it or nothing. Who made that? Just Blaze? Somebody talented out here. Who did I meet? I met one of them at the Chance concert. I think it was Just Blaze. He was very nice. If it wasn't just glaze, it was, I'm trying to think. I don't know, child. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not talking about, oh, hey. Hold up. Yeah. Un momento. I said 1, 2, 3, hook. Let me get her out. Yeah, because this is what I'm gonna be on. This is where I'm going to be until I go get some tarot. Well, I'm gonna go browsing tarot cards and stuff like that. I can't wait. I'm excited about getting some new decks. I want the Jesus deck. I want the romance deck. I want the soulmate deck, and I want the sex cards. Those have been at the top of my list for the whole time. And I want the sex cards. And then at some point I'll go grab dinner somewhere. I don't know. But cool. I wanted to get to my own table. I was at the community table. You good? 1, 2, 3, hug. 1, 2, 3, hug. Okay. 1, 2, 3, hug. Let me sit y'all right up. Dion Cole's S Curl has joined. Hilarious. Y'all hating. Y'all are hating. Hold on. Okay, so I put this in my my post before, but my podcast, because of y'all, like and I just got some new subscribers. Thank you so much. I saw that yesterday when I went and checked. You know, I had a new 99-cent like subscriber, like, cause the subscription levels are 99-cent, $4.99, $9.99, and I saw that and I was like, oh, somebody new just joined! Yay! Thank you for coming. And so that was exciting. And I was like, all right, so I'm working on something right now in iMovie. As soon as I put that out, I'm just gonna do the podcast. And I just discovered a new way to kind of streamline it until I can get back to until I get all this stuff off my computer and get back to GarageBand. So I'm excited. I'm excited about doing it the new way. We gonna play with that today, especially since I'm over here and, you know, ain't nothing going on. It's just me and the window pane. It's just me and the window pane. I'm gonna be here working on that. And don't ask me about that thing. Y'all know I had to get rid of it when I left New York after my luggage got mysteriously damaged. Next to the G-Unit office. Okay, I need to refill my coffee. Let me grab my receipt. Hold on, I'm still getting set up. Oh, here's my receipt right here. Cool. Ain't playing no games. Today was a little decent too because I found a way around being annoyed in the sauna. I was in the sauna earlier and it really wasn't hot enough. Like, I don't know what the fuck or why. Like, it's kind of whack a little bit because the sauna was like my little happy place, right? It was my little place where I go and mind my little business. I'll take a book in there sometimes. I'll take my notebook in there sometimes. And I'll be in there quiet, minding my business, writing, or I'll just be in there meditating, or just minding my business, just enjoying the heat because I get so cold, right? And I just be minding my business. And then ever since people find out that's where I be going, like it started becoming the club in the gym, which is annoying. Because I specifically started doing that because it wasn't the club. It was always empty. No matter what location I was going to, it usually was pretty much empty. And if it was somebody in there, it's like 1 or 2 people. It's been like pretty much every location I've been going to has become the club. And so today when I went in there and I sat in there and it was the club, I was like, I looked around, and then it wasn't even hot. I was like, see, you mark ass busters. I was like, yeah, like, dude, it's always hot. It's always blistering. And that's how I like it. I like it that way. That's why I go in there. You punks can't take the heat. And so y'all then had them turn the shit down. Because it was one lady in there, right? I was like, I went in there. I was sitting in there for a second. It was the club, and that was kind of annoying because it was like packed. But I was like, whatever. But I'm in there, and I'm like, even with all these people in here, the heat wouldn't be soaked up like this. I'm like, why is it not hot? It ain't even hot. I'm like, this is whack. I'm like looking around. I'm like, y'all don't feel that? And then it was like, what? I was like, it's not even hot in here. I was like, did y'all change the temperature? And then this older lady was in there, and she was reading a book. This older lady was in there, and she was like, nah, that's the temperature it is. I was like, bitch, I've been in this particular sauna more than once. It's always hotter than this. First of all of them are hot. But I've been even in this one multiple times. It's hotter than this. This ain't even nothing. This is weak. She's like, well, why don't you just go complain to the manager? I was like, yeah, you was probably the bitch that came in there complaining about the heat with your old ass and went in there and you told them to turn it down. I'm like, dude, that shit should be 170 all the damn time. Like, that's what makes it the sauna. If y'all can't take it, don't go in the sauna. That shit was weird. And they was all in there like, it's fine to me. I was like, this shit horrible. I walked out. But this shit ain't even hot. Like, man, if you come into the sauna, come for the real shit. Don't be coming and then you coming on some capping shit and you coming to have a conversation in the sauna and having them turn it down. That's the purpose of the sauna. Go somewhere else and have your conversation in the jacuzzi, motherfucker. That's hot. Don't be having them fuck with the sauna. Like, what? Yeah, that happened. They fucked with it. They turned it down. I was like, that's what? That's corny. Why would you? If y'all can't take it, don't come to the sauna. So I had to find a new place to enjoy myself, and I did. And I was alone. I was like, good. And I'm gonna try a new location today because I'm gonna make the most out of this little membership. I already had upgraded because I got sick of people following me to Mid Wilshire. Because that was the main one I was going to because it was so convenient, because everything I do is on Wilshire Boulevard, and I just got reminded I got something else to do today. Fuck. But everything I do is over there. And then the one over here, the Torrance one, this one was hella convenient, and that Hawthorne was hella convenient. But the Hawthorne one, back when I used to live in Gardena, like when I used to live off El Segundo and Crenshaw, that one was my main gym because it was right there. It was like, you know, on days where I wanted to ride my bike, I miss being able to ride my bike. On days where I wanted to ride my bike to the gym or, you know, jog to the gym, like I would get all into my little garb. I had my little drawstring backpack, and I would like sprint up to like SpaceX, because SpaceX is on the corner. I'd like sprint to SpaceX until I couldn't breathe no more, and then I would walk it the rest of the way across Wendy's and all the stores and go to the gym. And then I usually get there, get on the elliptical, whatever. But the reason why I stopped going to that gym, the main reason, is because I couldn't work out in peace when I did go. Like, everybody was trying to make that parking lot pimpin' central. And when I'm in the gym, I don't like all that. Outside, I'm cool. We take it to the parking lot, it's different. But like in the middle of the workout, for me, it's so distracting. I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, no. And it just kept happening. And I was just like, oh. and I stopped going there. And then I went back to my old gym. My favorite location was always the one in Beverly Hills on Pico. But they demolished that one. They got rid of it. It's gone. That was my favorite. It had the best dressing room. So now I'm gonna have to go to my other favorite that I never told y'all about. Because I didn't want y'all to ruin it. Like Santa Monica is one of them, but I went to Santa Monica sauna. Their sauna is like old. See, that's the other thing about the Mid-Wilshire one. Out of everybody's location that I was frequenting, their sauna was pretty like nice and new. It looked like they put new, like, you know what I mean? It looked like they remodeled it recently. It looked like that's what it is. It looks like that one had a recent remodel because everything in there is like fresh. The tiling, the wood, all that. It's nice. And then at that location, they separate the saunas from men to women. So women got their own, men got their own. And so because we don't have like men in there sweating and coming in there with their gym shoes and all their bullshit, it stays nice. That one. The one in up the street, their sauna is decent. It's decent. You know, it's decent. But the wood is a little old. But you know, when they upgrade the wood, it'll be straight. But it's decent. The one in Hawthorne, same deal. It's decent. The wood a little old, but it's decent. Dude, that one in Sherman Oaks, baby. I don't know what they was doing in that sauna. That one was by far the one in the Galleria. That location used to be 24 hours. Now it closes at midnight. And so now I don't even bother trying to go to that one no more. I used to go to that one too. That was the day. I used to go to that one too. But they started closing at midnight, and I was like, okay, whatever. I can go to the one downtown if I just want to be involved in something that closes at midnight. Downtown is convenient. So, that one smells like beer and like bullshit. I'm like, who was in here drinking beer? Oh, like that one. That one was the worst. The one in Sherman Oaks. And the one in Santa Monica is one of my favorite locations. Okay, that's why I used to do, when I used to try to play. Okay, that's why I used to do, when I used to try to play around with some weight training. I would do it at Santa Monica, and then I would do like some dance in Santa Monica, and something else. But I like that location because, you know, one, the parking is free, but it's like validated for 3 hours. You gotta get in there. But that one was the closest to the beach, and because, and that's back when I used to drive, it kind of don't matter now. But because it was 3 hour parking, whatever, it kept me accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I would go in there, make sure that I did what I had to do and get in and get out because it was the 3 hour whatchamacallit, and it was the closest to the beach. And like their ladies' room is, even compared to all these other ones I went to, Santa Monica, they don't play. I like that. Everything is nice, clean. They got the big mirrors with the big like light bulb like things around the mirror so you can see yourself and do your hair and stuff like that. They got the electric sockets for your dryers, your flat irons. They got everything. They got little ottomans in there, where you can sit and do your stuff. Like Santa Monica, they got their stuff together. They good, but they sauna. I was shocked. This sauna is almost as bad as the Sherman Oaks one. I was like, what the fuck? People be fucking in this one. Something's going on. And like Santa Monica didn't smell like beer. I don't want to know what their smell was. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But I went in that one. I was like, oh, really? So I haven't went back to the Santa Monica sauna since. I've been back to the gym, but I ain't been back to the Santa Monica since that one day. I was like, what? I was so disappointed because everything else about Santa Monica is awesome. I was like, what the fuck is? And that one's co-ed too. I was like, what the fuck was? What are they doing in here? And whoever did it, yuck. Because it's not supposed to smell like that. Real shit. I was in there like, wait a minute. This, something is off in here. Hold on. Okay. Dude, this is not funny. Dude, you're not funny. Here's what's crazy. I'm just having conversation. I'm not trying to be funny because I'm not always on, you goofball. That's how you know people don't know nothing about comedy, but they in their heart, it's something about them that they wish they were funny or they want to do comedy so bad. You can always tell a fake ass comedy wannabe because they act like they know so much about the discipline and the craft. They really don't know shit. And they just be projecting a bunch of blank ass ideas onto people. Oh, that's not funny. You be trying. Comics are supposed to, you don't know shit, and that's why you are who you are. You talk to any of the great comedians, nigga, they damaged. Don't nobody be on all the time. That's phony. Anytime you see somebody that's on all the time, you know he fake as hell, and somebody's writing this shit. Ain't nobody on that much. Exceptions. Certain people got drug habits. Real shit. Some people got drug habits. And that's why they be so uppity and up and all the time. But that ain't got nothing to do with comedy. Real comics be chilling. Real comics be in the cut. And like kind of observing life a little bit more. Like, and when they do speak, the shit be, you know what I mean? That's a real comics atmosphere. All that other shit that shit is don't nobody be doing that. Nobody. And when you see people doing that, that's when you know that they somebody that started a month ago, or they one of them people that just come to comedy shows but they don't ever perform, but because they be around the life all the time, they be, I'm a comic. No. It be those people. Real comics be chilling. Like we don't. The exceptions are the drug problems. People with the drug problems, now they be a little, they got more energy. We'll say that. They got, everybody else be chilling. Okay, hold on. This is not a heroin day. I don't do heroin, so I wouldn't know. No, this the people that do heroin. When you perform at the Improv, when they suck my dick. I ain't even really worried about the Improv like that because they send me avails in my emails all the time and I respond to them, which is why I was like asking to speak to Rita when I was there, because I was like, this ain't no Improv regulation. This ain't nothing that the Improv was doing. This is something that motherfuckers was put up to do, and that's great if y'all want to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and document this and put this down and make sure we make a record of that. Then I'm gonna go and do some comedy shit and show y'all who I really am, and then I'm gonna go back and put my avails in, and we're gonna have a conversation. But the fact that they had my Wildin' Out picture, that spoke volumes. I was like, I'll talk about it on the podcast. Because I talk about it on the podcast. It all correlates directly to a specific agent and a former comedy club host, comedy club owner that apparently I just don't fuck with no more. Tried to be respectful, but see that you're gonna get put out. Shut up, slave ass bitch. Get that slave shit out my inbox. Anyway. No, I would, I doubt that very, very highly. Nope. Nobody does that mugshot shit but my family. And like white racists. They're the only people who do that. I'm actually not loud. The two dudes having that conversation in the corner are louder than me. And all of y'all are from New York. No, the wig doesn't have gray hairs. Those are mine. I'm proud of my grays. I feel like I earned them. I feel like I earned them. Because they were trying to profile me. They don't know what I look like, and the club doesn't really have a problem with me. They just didn't want to let me in because they didn't want me to go and be in the show. They didn't want to let me in. So they had to have a picture of me because they don't know what I look like. Because I went in there with no problem because I'm a comedian and I do that. Don't nobody got no problem with me. Nobody. So it was particular people that were planted in there to be that way and be on that. And God bless them. God bless them. I hope it brought them fulfillment and joy. I had myself a fantastic evening when I left. So I don't regret anything about how I spent my night that night. Anyway. Okay. Great. All right, now, there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot. Let me get to what I was doing, and I'll be back. Oh, wait, one more thing. Oh, the fact that I seen Beat the Milch in here, cut it out. Nick Cannon, Trump, and all them other motherfuckers, please. I've been blocking that Beat the Milch account for 3 years now. That's definitely somebody from the Trump family. One of his old raggedy ass kids. Somebody in here talking about Ronnie. Yeah, I don't know you. Don't try to call me by my family nickname like you important.